Hi guys, welcome back to this week's reading vlog. How are you all doing? On my June's TBR video, I asked you guys to vote for the first book to read in this month, and the winner got over 40% of vote, and it is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I'm so happy with this result because I am so looking forward to read this one. And the second highest is the new release, The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan, so it will be the next book to read. And then because of YouTube limitation, I can put 5 books for you guys to vote for. So the third book will automatically be the shortest one of my TBR. It will be like a palate cleanser to cut through all this chunky fantasy series, and it is The Exile by Brian Cahill, the second novella in the Bound and the Broken series. It is actually the last day of May and I have already started my June's TBR, and I am so happy to be back in the Poppy War world. It is probably my favorite series so far in 2024, and I am already around 80 pages in. In the very beginning of the book, we witnessed the death of Naja's brother. He was in the point and kind of killed by a monster by turning into gold. I'm not too sure how this part gonna be played out. And then of course we will be back to our main character, Rin. She was with the 刺客 right now. 刺客 in Chinese means the assassins. They are wanted by the Empress. They, or should I say Rin herself, want a revenge for her people, let's say Atlan, let's say her people, the Spearling. Because the Empress sold them out in the third Poppy War, so Rin wanna kill her. Now Rin takes a job from the Pirate Queen to kill off 30 targets so that she could get some resources, weapons, army to kill off the Empress. When killing off the last target, Rin met the Empress by accident, but Rin lost complete control. Rin was found alive by the Empress and she can't control the fitness force in her body. Now Rin is kind of in this void, feeling the grief, feeling the loss for her own people, and she needs to use opium to get rid of these negative feelings. And then her whole crew was captured by Naja and his father, who was the ruler from the Dragon Province. They do dream big, they want to overthrow this empire, seeing how corrupt it is, and abolishing this kind of 12-province warlord system by establishing a republic, introduce democracy to Nika. Because they are sharing the same purpose to kill off the Empress, but Rin was lacking in resources, so Naja and his father recruit her for this mission. In here and the last book, we saw Naja miraculously survive all this dangerous situation. So I am thinking, is he a shaman as well, so he got this healing power? I am really enjoying this story so far, and I love how R.F. Kuang writes these characters. Rin is kind of anti-hero, and we got Kita, who was so loyal to the Empire because of his family background. This adds to an interesting dynamic between all these characters who were from the same school. After I did the unhauling, I did sell some of the books, but I still got some on my shelves. But because they are the books that I don't read anymore, so I guess I will try to move them to the top shelf and move the books that I love down here to the bottom. So I guess it is time for reading and also rearrange the shelf once again. So see you in a bit. I got too many books and I don't know what to do. Send help. So let's chat about what I've done to my shelf. In the bottom shelf is all my paperbacks, and here is all my Stephen King collection, which I guess one day I will read it. I guess it will be around Halloween. And then we have the Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, should I say. And then here are the paperbacks that I have to read other than The Sword of Kaigen. Above it, we got like 2 piles of hardcovers. In between, we got some standing here. And then the rationale is I put those I have read in the bottom for these 2 piles. And then up in here is the ones that I have to read in the future. And of course, these 2 as well. Above it, we've got the spray edge special edition shelf, which didn't change much other than I've just put my Dimension in here. Above it, no change at all. No change either on this one or this one. And then up in the top is the books that I have recently unhauled. They are waiting for a new home. Oh my god, I saw this email and I screamed so hard. Look at it. I am invited to the fantasy sub. I've been waiting for like half a year. Finally, I got an invite. Oh my god, I'm really excited. Sorry for the lack of update. Time has actually flown. It has been 3 days since the last update. On Friday, I went out and then usually over the weekend I won't vlog, so that pretty much explains what had happened. And yesterday I was filming my wrap-up video, so I have to film and edit, and then there's not too much reading done. But I was really happy because I finally received the invite for the Broken Binding Tier 2 Fantasy subscription. I have been waiting since last November. I believe I signed up by November, which means that I have been waiting for over half a year. It has been so long to wait for a book subscription. And I am really lucky because this time their subscription pick is the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee, and this series is also on my TBR for a very long time. So I think it is a good chance for me to check out this series as well, and I assume I will read it over the summer. And for The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, I have reached the 400-page mark, and I am really happy because this book lives up to my standard and expectation. Since the last update, there are quite a lot of things happened already. First of all, there was an attempt to take down the Empress Daji. Rin was seen as a very important part for this plan because she can summon the Phoenix. This power is really powerful, but unfortunately, this plan failed. The Empress was scared, but she is really powerful. She can seal Rin from using her power. And in here, we understand more about the Empress. For example, why does she has to work with the Federation? But after all, it's just explanation for her. As you can remember, there are 12 provinces in this Poppy War world, and there are 12 warlords representing them. But these warlords are not working together. There is always a political difference between the North and the South, and the South is badly affected by the war. So the South, most of the warlords has joined the rebellion with the dragon against the Empire. Because of this failed attempt, the Dragon Republic has to regroup and start another northern expedition. The Dragon Republic is actually working with the Hesperia, and I guess in a modern real-world sense, it is like the Western countries from the perspective of China. They bring in quite a lot of advanced warships, but they will not participate in this conflict because they want to observe whether the Dragon Republic deserves democracy or not. If yes, they can lend some help to the Republic. If not, then they will do nothing at all. They also sent along with a group of missionaries. In return, Rin was inspected by one of them called Petra. She was treated as a subject in a laboratory. Petra gonna measure and write down everything about Rin. Let's say how tall she is, can she do this thing, can she do that thing, and most ridiculously, getting naked and piss in front of her. And I guess it is like a form of racism because the Hesperia always worship the Maker, making them like really scientific, making them really methodological. I guess it is the world, but they see the Empire worshipping the gods. They are like the shamans, but in fact, they would treat them as the chaos. And there is like a constant conflict between the Maker and the chaos. And the chaos is the evil one, the Maker is like the hero. So in the eyes of the Hesperia, people from the Empire is always like barbarian. So back to the war to the north, in the beginning it was really easy because the Dragon Province is really good at navy, while the other province didn't really put up too much defense, so they can easily take up all these territories. But Ginger, Naja's brother, needs to think about the glory he needs to bring to the family, the burden over his shoulders. regardless of what others has been telling him. It is too dangerous to go on because winter is coming, the lake will be frozen and it is not good to our warships. He didn't listen. Then in the War of Boyang, where essentially it is a lake, the navy of Dragon Province is no use at all, and the Empire even sent the wind god from the first book. The Dragon Republic is easily defeated. And then on this journey, we're gonna meet some old friends, let's say Fanka, who was pregnant because of what she has gone through in the pleasure house, and she even need to conduct her own abortion because of Naja's mother, thinking that it is not good to have abortion, but she was being raped. And then society put up a stigma on Fanka because of what she has gone through, thinking that she is like a broken person and not fit to do anything else. And it is similar to what I've talked about in the Poppy War reference video about the comfort woman because of the historical context. People thinking about the woman being raped are not generally well accepted by society. There is also another student we're gonna meet again who was called Nian. She is pro-empire because of what Rin has done in the Third Poppy War. During the war, actually there are quite a lot of people from the empire being transported to the Federation, but Rin was not aware of it. So Rin kind of burning her own people as well by the end of the first book. With the advice from a group of characters from Namad, I guess it is how you say it, they have actually been observing these shamans in the empire. Kita is linked to Rin so that Rin can be stable and not drifting away when she is using her power, and at last she won't be mad. From this, we also know why the Empress is so powerful. And the most exciting thing is still there are quite a lot of historical references in this book. Let's say the goddess that the Empress is connecting to, Lu San, this place in real life. And if you guys are interested in it, I will definitely do another video about all these historical references in the Dragon Republic. Now I've got less than 200 pages left, which means that if I push myself, I believe I can finish it by tomorrow, if not by the day after. So fingers crossed, hoping that I can finish it in this vlog. So see you in the next update. Bye! Hi guys, I'm making a really good progress, and since the final war is coming, I guess it would be better for me to give you my thoughts now before the war takes place, and then I can give you my final thoughts about this second book in the wrap-up. After meeting the Namas, there are actually not too much going on because everyone is preparing for the final confrontation with the Empire. We find out that actually the Federation is still working for the Empire and they are coming from the south. What makes it worse is that the Empress is coming from the north with a massive fortress. So the Dragon Republic is kind of trapped in their capital city, Arlong. And also, Jolin, the warlord of the Snake Province, decided to swap side working for the Empire now because he was thinking about the welfare of his own people. He see there is no hope working with the Dragon Republic, and he did apologize for swapping the sides causing the casualties to the Dragon Republic, but he cares about the people from the Snake Province. Now the Dragon Republic has to find ways to delay the Empress from coming. They will send people to set up traps to shooting arrows that could buy them maybe only 10 minutes so that they can have more time to build up to strengthen the defense of Arlong. One very interesting thing is that Kita built a pair of wings for Rin so that she can fly and fight the Wind God. Talking about Rin, she sees the true Fasra, the warlord of the Dragon Republic, how manipulative he can be. Let's say he waited for the Federation to invade the Empire so that the Empire will be weakened and he can see it as a good chance to take the throne himself. Thinking like this, Rin realized that once he takes the throne, Rin herself will be the next target. So she finds the Pirate Queen, the one she has been working before, as an insurance. Up to this point, I was right about the past of Naja and how the opening connect to the power he is having now. But one thing did trigger me before the war takes place, and it is about Rin saving a girl that was sexually abused by a Hesperian. This part is already not great, it was like totally not fine for me. But what made my heart break is that when Rin saved her, then the girl casually wiped off the blood between her thighs and say that, don't worry, it's happened before. She's like so calm when she's saying it, and my mind was like, what? It is really brutal. So roughly I still got around 80 pages left and I got time to read today. So hopefully I can finish it by today because it is still early. Fingers crossed I can give you my final thoughts tomorrow, so I guess I will see you in the wrap-up. See you in a bit. So here comes to the final update of this reading vlog, and I am happy to say that I have finally finished The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, and it is definitely a 5-star read. I like it so much, guys. So the final confrontation is like a strategic warfare, which I like. Finally, we know what the Hesperian want, and waiting for so long, they eventually send help to the Dragon Republic. By defeating the Empire together, the Hesperians set up a puppet ruler by using Viceroy. He needs to sign different kind of unfair treaties, let's say allowing the missionaries to come, setting up military base wherever the Hesperian wants. There is no tariff with trading. This part happened in Chinese history as well. Viceroy selling everybody out, including, not surprisingly, Rin or even his master, the warlord of the Snake Province. From the beginning, he just wanted the throne, he just wanted power. This republic by no means is a real republic, even though he tried to introduce the idea of democracy. It is more like changing the ruler from the empress to him. And I do like what I believe is Kita saying it in the last chapter. The Hesperians promote rational and voluntary choice, but look what is going on with the Republic now. You're just using another country for financial profit. We're now moving to another stage, the civil war between Rin and the Republic, the South versus the North, the rural poor one versus the aristocracy, the wealthy one. This part also happened in the Chinese history, which is also called the Civil War, where it is Jiang leading the Republic fighting the Communist chairman Mao. I guess Jiang, the Republic, would be represented by Naja, and unfortunately, should I say, the Communist chairman would be Rin. Rin would mobilize the large number of peasants in the south to fight against the advanced Republic. I will for sure do another reference video featuring only the Dragon Republic because I like it so much. I also really like the growth of Rin in this book. From the beginning, she was like living in the shadow of Atlan, haunted by this past. Then Viceroy is like another authority trying to control her, showing her what she can do if she's off drug, if she tries to control this power. In fact, she is just another tool, but this time it's not to the Seeker, it's not to the Empress, but to the Republic, to basically shatter the empire for him. At last, she realized she don't want to be a weapon to anyone. She could do whatever she wants. I would definitely put The Burning God, the last book of this trilogy, to my July's TBR, and I honestly can't wait to see how this trilogy gonna end. And if you have enjoyed this week reading vlog, don't forget to give it a like. If you don't want to miss any content from me, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. I will see you real soon. Goodbye.